1 month ago, I bought a house with the intention to completely transform it, and I think we've done just that. Oh my gosh. If you're new here, hi, my name is Allie. We've just finished putting together our house, so today I'm gonna be giving you the full tour of all 7 main areas and answering some of your questions along the way. Let's go. Starting off, we have the living room. If you've been keeping up with the transformation, then you know that this space is one of the very first rooms that we actually completed. And when we finished this room, it was the first time that we actually felt like what this house was going to be. When we first bought this house, everything was so white and bright, which naturally has led a lot of you to ask, why did you pick dark colors? I'll talk about this a little bit more later, but I do want to start by saying that this is not going to be my primary residence. Back in the first video of this series, I do explain more of these details more in depth, but when creating the space, it wasn't meant just for me, it was meant for us. Some of you guys have asked how close we are to Disney World, and it's just 10 minutes away. And the whole goal of this darker, moodier theme was to kind of bring back the magic of nighttime Disney. So realistically speaking, if someone is going to be at Disney World all day long, coming back here is going to be a continuation of the Disney experience, even when you come home at night. Honestly, it has been such a blessing that we finished this space first because we've actually been able to enjoy it the most. In the evenings, I feel like the space is very warm and elegant and dreamy, and honestly feels very similar to some of the moodier Disney vibes. In this room, we have a lot of seating options, and a lot of which are velvet. We've been big fans of the velvet. Over here, we also have a Roku Smart TV, so if anyone comes to visit, they can log in as a guest to any of their personal streaming services. Overall, I'm really happy with how this area turned out, and right next door, we have the dining room. When we first bought this place, it was fully furnished, but it was actually flip-flopped. So this used to be the living room, and this was the dining room. Or here. Honestly, I really like this setup a lot better, so I'm glad we changed it. I think out of everywhere in the house, this was the most trust the process kind of room. I mentioned previously that we hired designers for this property. I feel like something like this gallery I could personally never pull off designing, but I absolutely love the way it turned out. Throughout this whole process, I've been saying we did not want to go for the whole cheesy Disney vibe, and we wanted to go for something more moody and elegant with Disney flair, but without it being kind of corny. And personally, I would say mission accomplished. There are so many individual pieces on this wall, but I would say that if I had to pick my favorite, it would be these gold birds or this castle photo. So now that you guys have seen what's on one side of the living room, time to see what's on the other side. Welcome to the kitchen. Before we go all the way in, I do want to show you guys these stools. So we made these stools that slide up to the counter here, and I'm absolutely obsessed with them. Similar to some of the other furniture in the house, they are made of velvet, and then they also have these gold accents, which you'll see a lot of upstairs. When we first made these, I was so excited to see how well they matched with the walls. Tristan and I also did a little race to see who would finish theirs first, and Tristan made 3 and I made 1. All right, and now time to show you guys the kitchen. In this room, we have done a fair bit of painting here. Tristan's dad actually came to visit a couple weeks ago, and he did the majority of the cabinet painting, which was amazing. And then we also added these cute little knobs here. This is a fully equipped kitchen, so I will show you guys what we have. First of all, we have a coffee maker here. For guests, we've decided to offer some Keurig coffee cups, and also some teas and creamers and sugars. And then we also have a ton of dishes. So in this cabinet here on the left, we have some wine glasses, some standard glasses, plus mugs and pitchers. On the right, we have some plates, bowls, and serving bowls. Some silverware, some knives, a dishwasher, oven, microwave, and refrigerator. So far, we have been loving this kitchen, but so far my favorite part has been the cafe curtains. They're so cute! And little fox pull back knobs. Okay, so while it's been great showing you guys around the kitchen, I do want to bring you upstairs. So on the way upstairs, you are going to pass by the entryway. We have a cute little rug, a mirror, some wall art, and also the bathroom. There's no contest really. This is definitely my favorite bathroom. I love how the wallpaper turned out. I feel like before this process, I never really thought about wallpaper too much, but in a space like this, I feel like it is fun to add a little accent. This started off as a super plain Jane bathroom, but of course we painted all the walls this green color. The wallpaper was another one of those things that was kind of like a trust the process moment, but I absolutely love how it looks, especially with the mirror, all the gold hardware, and the artwork. Right over here, we have a bunch of vintage Mickey prints, which are so cute. All right, and time to go upstairs. Welcome to the bedroom. I cannot begin to tell you guys how happy this room makes me. If you were to ask me which room in this house is my favorite, this one is definitely a top contender. When we first got this room, it was very white, very bland, and the goal was to transform it into this dreamy space. As you guys can probably tell, this room is inspired by Cinderella. It's not super in-your-face, cheesy cartoon Cinderella, but we have our neon sign right here, which I'm obsessed with. Some decorations on the wall that are very Cinderella chic, as well as a little dedicated workspace featuring little decorations like this cute little Cinderella Disney book in a glass slipper. Something that was super important to me too is that we had blackout curtains in here. We specifically wanted ones that were a dusty pink color, and it was kind of hard to find ones that weren't just room darkening, but we finally found ones that were actual blackout curtains. Game changer. Definitely super helpful when you're sleeping at night, but during the day, we have a balcony. I am absolutely obsessed with having this balcony here. We do have these little chairs up here, which have been perfect for just spending time and enjoying the view. We have the most gorgeous view of the lake right here, and honestly, the best part is there is so much wildlife around here. In the lake, there's a ton of birds and ducks, but my favorite part is definitely the deer. There's a bunch of deer that live around here, and they have been so sweet. It's not uncommon to wake up in the morning and just see the deer grazing around the house. So cute. And then last but not least for this room, we have the bathroom. I am just so happy with how this turned out. We ended up replacing a ton of the hardware to have a more gold, crispy look. You can see this reflected all over the bathroom, from the sinks to the soap dispensers to the trash can, and all the way down to the knobs. Not gonna lie, these little pull guys are probably my favorite part. But these mirrors are also amazing. This room was also originally white, and the paint definitely makes it darker, but these mirrors really open them up, and they are so beautiful. But that's not the only thing that's beautiful. Welcome to bedroom number 2. While the first room had a bit more of an elegant flair, this one is definitely a bit more adventurous because it is Peter Pan themed. As you guys can see, we have 2 full-sized bunk beds, and I absolutely love how they are decorated. Tristan did such a good job at putting on the vines and the nets, and I've loved how it's turned out. And something I also love about this room is the stars. I absolutely love all the details that were put into this design, and one of those elements was this starry wallpaper on the ceiling. The whole point of this is to have this like dreamy, enchanting feeling, and I feel like the stars are definitely a nice touch. And then another place where we have stars is this accent wall. I actually worked really hard on these. I hand painted every single star on this wall. If you've seen the videos of this whole process happening, I feel like I just haven't had too much to contribute in this process, or at least not as much as Tristan did. So it was really fun to be able to paint all of these and add a little something fun to this room. There's a lot of really cute touches in this room. Honestly, it kind of reminds me of Pirates of the Caribbean. There's just something about the nets and the vines and this style of lighting that just feels so warm and like we're going through the ride. But you know what Pirates of the Caribbean doesn't have? A toy chest. Since we are going to be listing this property on Airbnb when we are not here, we decided to get a bunch of toys. We have cards, baby books, Jenga, chess and checkers. There's a whole ton of fun goodies in here. If you guys end up staying here, I hope you find them useful. And then last but not least, we have the bathroom. There's nothing too crazy going on in here, but we did replace all the hardware to be gold, just like in the other bathroom. And then there is also a little hint of Peter Pan in here. A little frame. Out of the 2 rooms, I would still say that I like the other room better. And I think something I like about it a lot is the neon sign, but we do have a neon sign somewhere else. And that would be the patio. I am an absolute sucker for a neon sign, and this one just makes me so happy. During our time here, this whole seating area has been an absolute treat. It's a little chilly right now, so we have a little propane fireplace, lots of seating options, and of course, featuring the neon sign. But that's not the only thing we have out here. We also have a grill. We personally have not used it yet. We have the cutest little pink accent chairs that face out at the water. We've definitely been enjoying some mornings over here, and it has been just so lovely. Plus, we cannot forget about the hot tub. Yes, of course, Florida is known for being hot for a majority of the year, but also when you're walking 20,000 steps a day at Disney World. Recovery. The past month has been absolutely crazy, and I am so excited to share that as of today, it is officially listed on Airbnb. Link is in the description. Thinking back to the day that we saw the house for the first time, it was just one of those moments when you ask yourself, how is this even possible? But now that we're here, I'm so proud of it. The ultimate goal was to transform it into a place that can be loved by both us and you guys. So let me know if you have any questions, and if you stay, I hope you enjoy it as much as I do.